Hi, JK friends. It's Miss Elias here, and I noticed that some of us had questions about Pluto. We were wondering, is it a sun? Is it a planet? Is it not a planet? Now, I get that it's pretty confusing. I think it can be pretty confusing too. We hear a lot about Pluto not being a planet, but people don't really talk a lot about what Pluto is. So I found a book called Pluto and the Dwarf Planets. And in this book, we're going to find out a little bit more about what Pluto is. So this is a nonfiction book, meaning it has true facts in it. It starts with a table of contents. So in this book, we will learn small and far away. We'll take a look at Pluto. There will be a picture glossary, so we'll see pictures of things that we've learned about, and we'll find out what those pictures are. There's also an index, so we can find out what pages things are on, and also to learn more. So more information if you want to keep going. So here is the first part, small and far away. Pluto was once called a planet, not now. So we know from this that we used to think of Pluto as a planet, but not anymore. So I'm wondering, why not? What happened that made us not think of Pluto as a planet anymore? Today, it is a dwarf planet. I wonder what that means. I wonder if we'll find out. Dwarf planets are small. Okay, so it's a small planet. They orbit the sun. So orbit means it goes around, as you can see in the picture. Rocks orbit with them. Dwarf planets are icy. They are far from the sun. It takes Pluto 248 years to orbit the sun. So to go around the sun one time, it takes 248 years. That is a long time. Pluto is red and gray. Pluto also has a big moon. So just like our moon on Earth, Earth has a moon and we call that the moon. Pluto also has a moon, and that moon is called Charon. What are the other dwarf planets? Ceres is gray and it has craters. So craters are holes on the surface, and they are caused by things crashing into them. How do we know? We sent a spacecraft. So let me move this so that you can see the picture. So we know this about Pluto because we sent a spacecraft there to check it out. So here is another dwarf planet. This one is called Haumea, and it looks like an egg, and it has 2 moons. So there are those 2 moons. Eris is the farthest away. So Eris is the dwarf planet that is the farthest away, and it has a tiny moon. It takes Eris 557 years to orbit the sun, to make its way all the way around the sun. Wow, that is a very long time. So let's think about Earth. Earth only takes 1 day to orbit the sun. That's why we see the sun every morning. But On a dwarf planet like Eris, it takes much, much longer. Space is big. There could be more. Maybe you will find one. So maybe you will find another dwarf planet. So here we have a picture that lets us take a look at Pluto as a 3D object. So imagining Pluto as this sphere, it's almost like a slice was taken out. So we can see that the outer layer is an outer crust. Then we have water ice. So that's ice that's made out of water, frozen, just the way we think about ice. And then inside is the core. And then here is our picture glossary. So we have craters, those large round holes, dwarf planet, which is a small planet that has other objects in its orbit, icy, which means that it's covered with ice or it's intensely cold. So we used that word a lot when we were studying the polar regions as part of our spiral unit with the primary school this year. Orbits, remember that means it travels around in circles. Planet is a large body that orbits the sun. So our Earth is a planet. Spacecraft, those are vehicles that travel in space. And then here is the index. So we have a list of the words that we talked about in the book, and a lot of nonfiction books, a lot of books about true and real things that we can learn about will have an index as part of the book. And then here on the bottom, you can see that this book is sharing with us some resources, some websites where you can learn more about this topic. If you are interested, you can check those out. All right, JK friends, hope you're having a great day.